Hey everyone, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live broadcast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. We are your hosts, Kicker, the Chief of Serial, and Sigilite of the FLG, and Seth, the Mad Doctor competitive correspondent, and our beloved tech priest, Dickie.
What is up?
How's everyone been doing?
Good. I guess you just tell people straight up that I am streaming from my hotel room, paid the $8.99 the faster service, and apparently it is not as
It is
fast.
not fast. Yeah,
it is not fast to keep up.
Look,
with
they have to carry the internet out on Elkback. It's a lot up in the Cherokee Mountains.
Yeah, guys, I am at the Cherokee Resort, at the Cherokee Hotel, feet away, just a couple away from the beautiful venue that will be playing the largest tournament to start off this new season. Massive event. But anyway, guys, I apologize if I don't have the beautiful visual elements, and if my audio is laggy or crappy, Seth will just cut me out. And
I will have to just speak for you then.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus. Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay,
thanks.
great.
Let's go, Seth. You got to talk about something serious, though, right?
Well, we're going to save that for later. But Tech Priest, what have you been up to? And I think maybe we had some pre-show messages that we hadn't gotten to yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So someone did a tier 1 sub, and he was thanking Kicker for all his content and great work at the shows. So yeah, thanks.
Kicker does work real hard. We appreciate him.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much.
He works so hard that he's in tactical clothes tonight.
I am in tactical clothes. By the way, guys, if you're listening to a podcast, please consider watching us live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get the generally good visual elements as well to be part of live chat, which we thoroughly enjoy. I really do appreciate that we subscribe. And yes, hashtag Kicker. I very much appreciated. Hey, talking about my tactical clothes, Seth, I drove from New Orleans to Cherokee in my like expedition van thing that I absolutely love. And yes, when I drive across country, I wear tactical clothes. I'm wearing tactical pants right now. I don't know.
I knew he was going to try to show off his pants. I knew it. There's literally no reason. The camera's cropped from chest up, bud. But you already showed your pants off one pre-stream, and I knew he was going to do it. So
there's stretch to my pants. My shirt is quick dry. It's
what do you think's going to happen to you when you're driving?
I have no idea. So this morning I did wake up and went and climbed a mountain really fast. It was glorious. I'm here in the Smoky Mountains. Of course, I'm going to climb really fast. And then I got to the resort and met with corporate here to get ready for the event. Yeah. But hey, I did get some hobby progress.
Yes, you
right
did.
Before I left. Can we show this off? Can we show this off? All right, cool. Look at that.
Bug Riders.
Yeah, there's my Rough Rider for my desert Astra Militarum army. I'm using the Necromunda. I guess they're called Dustback Riders. I don't know. They're Ash Waste Nomads.
Those look really good.
They look good, man.
Even with your muted color tones.
Thank you. That is my kind of. Those of you that don't have visual element here, that's my I guess kind of a coconut crab. I think is the painting me. You know, it's something totally in my wheelhouse, but I wanted to try some fun, and it was definitely fun. A pain in the ass to do. It looks cool.
Now you just do a whole army like that, bud.
Yeah, no, I've decided I'm sticking with E5 and no more.
Just 5. You only will ever have 5. Got it. Okay.
Tech Priest, what have you been up to? Do you got any hobby progress?
Yeah. No, you're next.
Oh, I'm next. Yeah. Okay, so I've been painting up Storm Boys. I finished off two more units of 5 to add to my existing 20. So I have 3 units of 10 now for my list. So I finished it up, and then it's just been packing for Cherokee, which is just jamming a lot of models into a case.
Yeah.
And then packing up my clothes and stuff.
How many models do you have in your list for Cherokee?
My list has 140 infantry, 3 characters, and 3 vehicles.
That's a back-breaking amount of people.
So I went to the chiropractor today to make sure that I was fully adjusted and ready to rock and put up with the physical rigors of trying to move that many models for 6 rounds.
Seth, so mainly infantry. That's your armies, mainly infantry. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that people are like, hey, would Kicker have a better connection if he used his phone? Because the hotel internet's not doing it. So, you guys gotta live with Robot Kicker. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What it is.
We got tonight. Hey, we couldn't even retitle the show tonight.
I could. Yeah, Restream wasn't working, so we're apparently Grim After Dark.
Tell us if audio for me sucks, because
they are telling
you it sucks. Yeah.
They are definitely telling you it sucks, bud. Just to be clear. Tech Priest, what have you been up to?
Oh. Bam! I did a test model for my Exalted 8-Bound.
I've never heard of the scheme of gold armor and red skin. That's pretty unique, bud.
I feel like you're sassing me, so I'm just gonna move on. No, I got the idea. Someone on Facebook posted it. I love the idea of the Exalted 8-Bound having red skin because they're very demified. And also the cool thing is you can tell them apart from other 8-Bound because it turns out they look alike.
Have you considered green skin?
No, green skin is not my forte. It's more red skin. Sorry.
I'll paint them green for you, bud.
No, don't worry about it. I got this. But yeah, so that was it's kind of did a tester model and super awesome. Love it. And the good news is I'm getting all my models tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be building and painting a ton of 8-Bound.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to rock.
Just all weekend he'll be just watching streams and painting.
Yeah.
That's how you paint. This is like you literally hold your model up off the table. You don't support your elbows or wrists on anything. You are just like 100%, just no balance and stabilization at all.
No, I've got my I'm not an animal. I have my hands on a table with a paint sticks clearly.
But that's how I pantomimed you doing it.
No,
so that's
it's because my puppet kind of floats around. No, no, man. I had a lot of fun painting them. I don't often paint, so the opportunity to paint was very delightful, actually. So yeah.
All right, Kicker. How's your audio, bud?
I don't know. You guys tell me.
You're good. You're amazing.
No, okay. If you guys tell me, shut up.
Don't shut up.
Yeah,
go.
Good. Get into the industry stuff, bud.
All right, let's jump into it really fast. New Space Marine box this weekend. This is the one that everyone is getting hype about. The new Dreadnought, the Combat Dreadnought. It's got claws.
The Pinchy Dread.
Yeah, Pinchy. It's crab.
No, I'm gonna have to go with the Futurama reference of clamps.
Yep, perfect.
Is it called the Brutalis? That's a good name. Brutalis.
The Brutalis, right?
Yeah.
It's a cool new Dreadnought. You also get the new the infantry, the Devastator primary.
Desolators. They're desolating.
Man, there's a lot of mixed opinions on them, but I've also and I thought it was mainly negative, but I've heard some people that are fanatical in a positive way. They love them. I just don't see it.
I've come to accept the models themselves. I don't think the particular rules are super strong right now.
Yeah. But you know what? That Dreadnought is so sexy that the boxes are going to fly off because everyone wants the Dreadnought, and we know it's going to take a little bit longer for the.
Yeah, it looks like it stings when it hits you too. ×2 (-4 D3+3). That's big boy.
I don't like that.
Yeah, wait a minute. Each time it's stacked made with you reroll wounds.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
It's basically giant lightning claws.
It's lightning claws. Exactly.
That's
it's
not
lightning
good.
claws.
Giant lightning pinchers.
And so we got more.
Oh,
yeah. And don't forget, guys, there's not just that in the box. You've also got the new Lieutenant, which I know we all love, and you've got some basic heavy intercessors in there as well. So
and heavy intercessors are pretty good.
Yeah,
just saying.
We need to talk about the cool kit bash that GW has been releasing. I'm very proud for them to show off these kit bashes. They've done 3 segments now on how to kit bash your new guard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a fun thing. I would do more of that. A big fan of kit bashing, and examples they gave are awesome.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, the kit bashes, right? I think the most one was all focused on deathcore, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. There's a lot of hardcore deathcore fans that want death card minis. Well, you can take the new minis and just some different on there.
They're really good.
Yeah, they look good.
And Lizardmen, guys, Lizardmen getting some sort of flamethrower shooting giant lizard thing. Looks freaking amazing. Clearly, I don't understand a single thing about AOS lore, but what I see, I really love, and I kind of want to just.
Do you really need lore for a giant fire-breathing lizard?
Yeah, and back in just to give this is my one fantasy conversation. Salamanders back in the day were ridiculous good.
Yeah.
They were bad. They were just bad.
I remember. Yeah, they were.
The name of this
they had really good shooting. Did they have armor piercing or something like that?
Yeah, but they shot a big flame ball thing, and it like hit everything. So it was super.
So just to be clear, is that this dinosaur's salamander?
Well,
yeah,
I
it's
believe
an
that's what it
upgraded
was.
model. Either it's the same scale and just a newer model, or
it's called a fire spitting salamander. So
yeah, and it's got the skink handlers. So I think it's about like roughly the same scale. It's obviously going to be a little bit bigger, but not like completely replacing with
and
like
you got
super
the
giant
rules
lizard.
there for all you AOS angled people like Seth, who's an AOSer now.
Hey! I started the army. I upheld our bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't say that I didn't.
No.
Let's use the proper terminology. These new Seraphon, I think is the term.
Yeah,
they are really hot. Like I am really like this is the Age of Sigmar army to do it for me. Like this is good.
I mean, I think this army would be a fun army to paint because you could go crazy with the colors.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to do all muted earth tones, Kicker.
No.
Yeah. No, I
wouldn't get new paints.
Probably true.
Yes, I would probably have to go shopping for some new paints. I really like the new Warcry minis for this too. The Chameleon Skinks. Like, there's just a lot of cool models for this Lizard army stuff. So, speaking of cool news, the RBDs, friends at Frontline, our friends at GW sent me the RBDs kit, the new Soul Shackle Kill Team kit, and I got to look at the sprues. This new RBDs, I guess, sprue is beautiful. You can build all 10 guys with shields. You can build all 10 guys with the shotguns, or you can make like the special kill team guys. So you have like, it's hope to get good 40k rules because it'd be cool to run a whole squad of 10 guys with riot shields. So wow, this is a really well thought out. You really have, it's like, I think it's 3 sprues, but you can build this entire squad completely differently, 3 or 4 different ways. So
I like it.
Exciting about that. Even they have weird like megaphone. There's even different ways to mount a megaphone, which I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So there's a lot of options, which is just we like our options.
We like our megaphones.
We do. Rocky Mountain Open. We should say that we did add a few more tickets. We basically are taking over the garage that's attached to the venue hall. But there was so much demand for people to get into the 40K and the Age of Sigmar tournament that I'm like, well, I guess we could fit another 15 people, 16 people in if we put tables in the garage. So, guys, if you're cold and uncomfortable, that's because you're in the garage, but at least you can play. So there you go. And
yeah, you didn't realize that you had to survive certain environmental conditions to play at a 40K event. Now you do. Environmental hazards.
The Colorado event it's just the tougher folks, like it's the diehard competitive players. Deal with it. No, I promise. Even if you are in the garage, it's still going to be tolerable. There's heater in there and whatnot, so you should be fine. Atlantic City Open tickets were supposed to go live last week. Confession didn't go live last week. Going live this week or right after Cherokee. It's because we're adding in some really sweet stuff. I'm not allowed to say what we're adding. We're adding some stuff that's
worth always teasing us.
Okay, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to say it. The people that buy tickets within the first weeks of them going live are entered in to win a free stay at the event. Yeah, as well as like a dinner and some other perks. So we're basically creating this really cool wrap that if you get your ticket in the first weeks, you can win some really sweet stuff. So
neat.
Yay. Yeah. Seth, do you want to tell us what's going on in the FGN?
Yep. So I'm sure some folks heard that Grim is going to be moving over to their own channel. So look for them on their new channel, Grim After Dark. But we should have some exciting news. We can't quite announce it yet, but there should be some exciting news coming down in the pipeline for the network. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll have some announcements next week or the week after for that. But more fun stuff is coming, guys. Don't you worry. This is just the beginning.
You said literally an hour before our we went live. I mean, I've had people reach out to me and very excited to see how we expand. So yeah, guys, stay tuned while we go this transitional phase. But in the end, you're going to love it.
Yep. So, Kicker, I figured, with the main segment tonight, we would talk about Cherokee. Is there anything to cover about Cherokee?
Yeah, right. Well, guys, I guess you should start off. There's a massive post. We can link to it in chat. I don't know if Seth will share the post.
I can find it.
It's all the you need for Cherokee. That's literally the title of the post. It is massive. It took me a full day to write everything, but it has everything you could possibly think, except for one thing. And that one thing is cue the dice. That dice is taken right there on here in my hotel room. Not the best photo because I just took it, but that is the Cherokee Open 2023 custom dice. We did something new. This is an entirely new process for us to make dice like this. It's a transparent dice filled with a lot of different colored flecks in there. It's like an ice vibe going. I don't know. It's new. We're trying to get creative. So
I like it.
Yeah, it's something fun.
It's got the sparkle in it.
It's got the sparkle in it. Yeah. So every single person.
And we do know how someone loves sparkles over there. Dickie.
Oh, I do really like sparkles. Actually, it looks like a fantastic dice. I like the little flecks in it.
Yeah,
of course you like the sparkles.
Yeah,
we've already established that.
Two different color flecks in there. The color is supposed to roughly match the color of the logo, and yeah, it's a cool new dice. I'm excited to get this stuff out there. If this works well, we'll do more of these dice for other events as well. But let's talk about the other important stuff. The family dinner, guys. Please sign up for the family dinner. If you're going to be joining us Friday night or Saturday night, on that giant post, there's a link to a form. That's your RSVP form. It's just so that the chef cooking just for us knows roughly how many tacos to make. You know,
Kicker, I'm going to interrupt your flow and ask, where did you post this? I think it was on the Frontline Gaming community page, right?
I don't want it's called not on the it is on Frontline Gaming community page somewhere, but it's also on the Frontline Gaming website under all the /Cherokee or dash.
Go then.
Yeah, if you Google the Open,
no, don't Google. Gaming, I'll find it.
All the info. Well,
Kicker, you stay away from Google with your bandwidth.
Yeah, I'm not going to Google anything. It was also in our newsletter this week as well. If you get that,
there we go. I found it.
Yeah, it's a very big post with everything we're talking about tonight.
But I'll put it in chat for you.
You got it.
I copied the wrong link. I'll get it right, Tech Priest. I'm a smart boy.
Has something really important that I'm going to let him talk about regarding the terrain. This is for the super competitive players that are coming. I think they'll be very happy to hear about some of the training updates.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my chat back up so I can keep an eye on everyone there. All right, so the feedback on the terrain from LVO, there were some problematic sets that were identified, and the 3 problematic sets that were identified were Robot City, Old Champs, and Industrial Base. So with that in mind, Mike, the beloved intrepid traveler who trucked all the terrain across the United States in the last 3 days to get it in for Cherokee, there is none of those sets came across for us. So what we have is we have the Orc Settlement, the Imperial Sanctuary, Gothic Ruins, Urban Corruption, and Field Base. 4 of those are full color sets. And Urban Corruption, Gothic Ruin and Imperial Sanctuary are the new ones, the Chaos and the Sister themed ones. So that's super exciting. Kicker, do you want to go into the kind of pod system you were describing earlier?
Yeah, I guess we can give insider info. People should have their list in, and I don't think they can really game it in any way.
Not at this point.
At Cherokee, we're going to have a table. At each set of tables, will be 3 surfaces. So you'll have no more than, I guess, 2 caps and 1 person in the middle. It's not LO where a row of 6, maybe even 8 people.
So you'll have groupings. Sorry, you're kind of breaking up, so I'm just repeating everyone.
Yeah.
So there's groupings of 3 tables at Cherokee. Yeah. And each grouping of tables will have 3 different sets of, like, each group of 3 has 3 sets of terrain on it.
Yeah. And every single grouping will have Gothic Ruins, what I'm told by Mike. Which means you will have
Gothic Ruins. I thought you said it was the Chaos one.
Sorry, my bad. Yes.
Urban Corruption.
Urban Corruption, yes, Chaos.
Yeah, so 1 in 3 tables will have the Chaos terrain on it.
Yeah, which is most popular. It's designed specifically for 9th edition, so it's kind of like it's the terrain.
I'm super excited to play on it. I actually haven't.
We just got raided. We just got raided by 2 people.
We did.
What's that mean?
Are we worried? No, it means.
Is this? Do we have to fight back?
No.
Wait.
What
Kicker,
happens is
grab your chainsaw.
I'm ready.
So what happens is someone basically came to our channel and brought 2 people with them. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming. We'll be your friends.
We will.
Jesus.
I'll give you some dice and stickers.
You need a little help though making friends, I think.
No,
the DJ
basically we'll have
Gentleman Paints.
That's
a paint channel. Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Welcome in, folks.
All right. So Seth, you'll be happy with the train. I think most players will be very happy. If you're not super competitive, well, don't worry. There'll be plenty of variety to keep entertained.
Yeah.
But if you're that really like our more 9th edition focused terrain, you'll be happy to know that's the primary set of terrain we're using at Cherokee.
All right,
Exciting
I like it.
stuff.
Now, Kicker, you tasked me with a little job earlier today, and that was sort of bringing together a list of who's who at Cherokee and what are they bringing. Now, not to, I'm not going to tread on the Thursday show. They can do the deep dive on the meta composition of this particular event and the deep dive on the lists. But this is kind of really the first super major of 2023's Arcs of Omen. So it's kind of interesting to see what some of maybe the bigger players are trying. What some of them are maybe having a little bit more fun this weekend than trying super hard to win. But let's kind of go through those real quick. It's going to be in alphabetical order because this is the order it was in BCP, folks. Adam Camilleri.
Yeah.
Dickie.
Yeah.
Dickie, what is usually the faction that the beloved Adam Camilleri usually runs?
He won Best Dark Angels last year, so I would
right?
imagine.
And Dark Angels are pretty strong in the meta right now,
pretty
right?
Strong, yeah.
Man's taking Grey Knights with triple Dread Knight.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Now Brad Chester, he's coming. Yep. He's usually kind of I would say he's kind of a jack of all trades. He plays a bunch of everything. What do you think he's on right now? The last thing he played at LVO was Tau.
Okay. If you can see my hand, it's on my head, and I'm looking into the warp. Salamander Marines.
He did play Salamanders the last weekend, I believe, but he's on Space Wolf Infantry spam now.
Ooh, interesting.
So, okay, Space Wolves. Yeah. Those might be a thing. Yeah. If they are, Joe's going to go nuts this weekend.
Yeah.
Dan Monslav is coming out of Florida. He's one of the good Florida players coming up. He's running Iron Hands. Gabriel Rochello is also coming up. He's running guard, and he's got a lot of the usual suspects, but he has triple Dorn tanks.
No way.
That's a lot of Dorns.
That's a lot of Dorns. The reigning ITC champ is going to be there, Jack Harpster, and he's running pure Tzeentch demons with no Lords of Change or Fate Weavers.
But why? What does he know that we don't
think
know?
Joe, I think at this point Jack is on a victory lap. And he's just styling.
He should have just ran Kroot. He should have ran Kroot. Is what he should have ran.
He can do whatever the hell he wants.
It doesn't matter.
My one of my good friends, JC Watts, is up from Maryland. He's coming down. He runs a group that I started when I was up there. He runs a bunch of charitable events. They're called the Legion of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's a couple of them coming down. But JC came down with an 8-vehicle Iron Hands list, or no, 9-vehicle Iron Hands list. 3 Storm Speeder variants, 3 Gladiator variants, and 3 Repulsor Executioners.
Wow.
Well, speaking of Iron Hands, Logan Heath, the 2021 SoCal champ, the man that took down Sean Naden with Orcs, he's on Iron Hands now.
Wait, how did Logan end up over here? Like, he's on the West Coast.
Xenos Petting Zoo travels. They are a very good traveling club, so they're coming in.
Okay, but Seth, this is all fine and good. I haven't heard World Eaters a lot. So how many World Eaters?
Don't worry about it. There are no World Eaters.
No.
I think we looked at the data earlier today, you and I, and it was like 3.5%.
Yeah, 3.5% of those people are going to have a blast. Yeah.
And then there's like 5-point-something%. And I combine of orcs, I combine that, and it's like 8% of the group is going to have fun.
Yeah, they're going to have fun.
Yeah. One of my friends, Ryan Shaw, is coming. He's bringing Genestealer Cult, which is a really hard faction to play. But Ryan's really putting the time in. He's getting coaching from both Vanguard Tactics and Innes Wilson on how to run this army. So, that could really catch some folks off guard. So I'm excited to see how he does. Another staple of the Southeastern meta is Stephen Mitchell. Stephen Mitchell is a very good player. He doesn't travel very much outside of the Southeast, but he has dethroned a lot of the big names in the community over the years. He's bringing a really weird custom craft world Eldar army that is all about mobility, and I'm kind of worried about it, Dickie. Okay. Kind of worried.
Yeah.
Thomas Bird's coming up. He's one of the guys from Pro Tabletop in Atlanta. He was a diehard Ultramarines player for several editions. What do you think he's doing now that Marines are good?
He's playing Marines?
Votan.
Oh, for God's
He's
sake.
on Votan. Don't, Thomas, you've disappointed me. Importantly, Thomas and I were having a discussion when I was playing Votan that Sagittar were horrible and you shouldn't take them, and he hates them. And I was like, Sagittar good. He has 2 Sagittar on his list now, folks. I'm just throwing that out there. I was ahead of the curve. You remember when I was playing the 6 Sagittar list, right?
I do, yes. Yeah.
It was great.
Friend setter.
It was wonderful.
Stephen Crawley, he's coming down from the Midwest. He's bringing Dark Angels Terminator spam. It's just like all Deathwing Terminators. just going to waddle to the center of the field and not die, because I assume that's how Terminators move.
Yeah. Well, you can't kill them, and they just kind of waddle forward 5 inches.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Tech Pretty Sticky. I have my favorite list of the event is another Atlanta native, Walter Langendorf. He's bringing a Necron list that features 3 obelisks and 3 monoliths.
Oh, jeez.
That is the skewiest skew I have ever seen.
All right.
Like, how do you deal with that?
I don't know.
You're World Eaters. What do you do?
You run into it, and hopefully it goes away. maybe not. Yeah.
Who knows? So I'm excited. It's a lot of the good Southeast guys coming. Kicker, when you made this event, you wanted it to be kind of a drive-in event. So a lot of folks are driving in.
Yeah, the Hobby
I do
Goblins
know
are
some
coming.
folks.
Yeah.
A lot of the Hobby Goblins are already on their way. I believe they messaged in the chat they are already driving. Shocker.
They're awesome.
We're counting on the Hobby Goblins to help set up. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Hobby
All
Goblins.
Right. Kicker, you wanted to tell people about the line.
Yeah, it's important. And Seth, please, rephrase this.
If I will, if needed. Yes, buddy.
Guys, on Friday and on Saturday, skip the line. All right, this event becomes massive, and we want to keep things smooth and fun for all the players there. So, so long story short, like, just have full time gaming staffers. Myself and Mike just drove across the train. He's exhausted. So this event's gotten very, very large. You do not need to go to the registration line. If you're already in BCP, you're already in the event, go hang out. You do not need to check in when you get here. There's no need for it.
Now, if people want to pick up any swag they bought, how long do they have to pick that up?
They can do that anytime for Sunday 10 a.m. So you got plenty of time. Don't worry.
So if you're in BCP, just to reiterate, you don't have to wait in line for registration. You can just go to your event. And you have until Sunday at 10 a.m. to swing back when things are a little slower, and you don't want to stand in line to pick up your swag.
Yeah, and actually, we're asking you guys to just go straight on in, and like, if you're not in BCP or you want to buy a ticket or something, come talk to us. But otherwise, just come by after round 1. Go, just go relax.
Go have fun. Get a drink. See your friends.
Coffee, and there's donuts and all that stuff ready.
Coffee and donuts.
Yeah, they had some good breakfast there. There were some. I remember last year there were some hefty biscuits.
Nice.
Yeah, so real good breakfast in the hall. Don't waste your time trying to bombard the registration desk. Don't worry, we'll be there all weekend long.
I will give Kicker a chainsaw to herd people away from the front desk if he needs to.
Perfect.
All right. Speaking of watching this event, Kicker, where could folks watch it?
Joe, you know him, you love him. Joe of War Games Live will be there streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that will be the primary place to watch this event.
Love that guy.
So he was there last year. He's a great guy. Everyone loves him.
Yep.
I think last year there was some fun stories about my wife trying to do his laundry. It was a bit of a process, but we got it done. So
the laundry?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He needed some laundry done.
Okay.
And the hotel was like, we don't have a laundry service, and we were like, huh? And so my wife went out and found a laundromat for Joe.
Perfect.
Hopefully we don't send her on laundry service this year.
Yeah. He has a bigger truck this year, I think. So
yeah, he actually did. He has upgraded his truck. That's right, because last year he was in the wagon, but now he's in the RV.
Oh yeah, he's riding in style now.
He is. So yeah, check out Joe. Watch the stream. Everyone loves Joe's production. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
So I even think that occasionally Tech Pretty Sticky likes him.
Yeah, I went to visit him with the semifinal round with Joe.
You escaped the hole that we locked.
The hole, yeah, and I was able to muck around with Joe. He's moving like I do a lot of button switching, but he takes the button switching to another level. He doesn't have. I have a stream deck. He does not believe in stream decks. So okay, cool. All right, Joe.
So Tech Pretty Sticky. I'm gonna ask you a question here.
Yeah.
You know, like competitive StarCraft is like how many like actions you can do per minute.
Oh yeah.
Based on your observations of Joe, would you think he could be a good competitive StarCraft player?
I think he'd be like #1 in the world with the amount of buttons he's pushing. He's
yeah. I think we got to give him a try. Let's give him a try for competitive StarCraft. All right. So that's all we got in terms of anything else with Cherokee Kicker. I didn't want to step over you there.
No. We're good with Cherokee, Seth. But I think it's really important we go into a brand new segment that's going to become staple of Signals.
Yeah. So This week's kind of competitive segment. It's kind of an update on my adventures of the biggest and the best general. So we talked about it a little bit before that. I'm gonna try to go for best orcs, Dickie. I'm gonna be a mono factioner this season. You just watch me, bud.
I'm watching.
All right. So I really wanted to give this a good go. I've played orcs frequently in tournament play, but I really wanted to give myself the best shot, get some outside help on this. So I think we've talked about it before. We reached out to Vanguard Tactics, and I ended up getting some coaching service with them. So this week, I kind of wanted to talk about the first phase of coaching I've gone through with them, which is a lot. Let's just pause there. There's a lot of stuff going on with.
What do you mean
Vanguard.
a lot? Like they want to teach you about the list or something? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so they basically have a 16-week academy that you sign up for.
16 weeks.
Yeah. So that academy has a bunch of pre-recorded content. Now, some people, are on the go, so they have that available through their website, through YouTube, and even a mobile app on your phone. So you can kind of listen to it wherever you're at, on the go, while you're driving, whatever. Don't watch videos while you're driving, but you can listen. Listening's okay.
We're looking at you, Hobby Goblins. No watching videos while you're driving.
Yep. So, what is this academy? It is literally about every week they release a new section of the academy. It's about 3 to 4 hours each week. And it takes you through everything from list creation and design philosophies and playing missions and tactics for each individual mission in the Arcs of Omen book, as well as like if you were a player that just had a very rudimentary understanding of 40K, they do deep dives in every phase and all the minute tactics of those phases. So if you didn't really know competitive 40K and wanted to go to a tournament and wanted to invest in a 16-week course, you would leave that 16-week course knowing how to play in a tournament and play the game effectively and know your rules, which is also useful for people that have been playing it for a while, like me with Edition Bleed. It's helped to kind of reiterate what the rules are for this edition, and maybe pick up on a few little tactics that you didn't know about, or you maybe read once in the beginning of 9th and forgot about. So there's tons of detail there, and they do a great job of not only providing that in a video form, they also provide basically, and I'm saying this as a guy that, like, my day job is education. I teach people for a living. They very much have well thought out lesson plans because they have the video content, but then they have basically typed notes for that video content because people learn through different means. Some people are auditory learners, some people learn by reading, and then they usually have some form of homework assignment. So when they talk about list design and how they philosophically tackle it, they make you define your list based off their scheme so you can understand this type of list I'm running has certain generalized good and bad matchups and help you understand that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there. And that's just the pre-recorded content, Dickie.
Wow.
That's just like I can click on that and watch it at my leisure. They also have live sessions every week. So they have a live Q&A session with their coaches. And that's good for if you have rules conflicts that you don't understand that you want to run by them, or rules concepts that you're trying to build into a list. That's a great way to do it. They have every week they have a live learning session for TTS. I know you and I play a lot of TTS, Dickie, but it's a good tool to use to learn. And if you don't know TTS, it can be a little overwhelming at first trying to get into it. So they literally have every week someone sitting down and helping you get up to speed and learning how to work within TTS. They have every week, they basically have a session where they pick a meta army and they give you the assignment of evaluating that meta army and what mission, and they tell you what mission you'd be playing that on. And you have to evaluate your game plan for your army. And then you submit that. And there's a live session where they go through that with all of the coaching clients with all of their, this is what I wanted to do with this. This was my idea on how I would tackle this list. And they tell you, pros and cons of the ideas you had. Every Thursday, they have a pre-event breakdown. So if you were signed up for Cherokee and you're a Vanguard client, Thursday night, they will get on and go through Cherokee and find the big scary lists and say, hey, these are the things to watch out for. These are the lists that you might have a trouble with based on what army you're playing.
That's awesome.
So that's
like
really
a personalized
cool.
Thursday show.
Basically, yeah.
That's actually really good.
They have new meta updates, new codexes. They have live streams every week. This week's live stream was actually a coaching game between Jake and Steven, where Steven was playing World Eaters against Jake's Harlequins, and
I heard that didn't go well for Harlequins.
It did not. When World Eaters with Lord Invocatus go first, and just kind of, but they had good teaching moments where, like, early in the game, Jake had, like, when he finished deploying, he had all of his characters just standing behind boats, and Steven was like, "Why did you do that?" And he was like, "Well, I want to be able to shoot you." And he's like, "But if you go first, you could get out, and if I go first, I could charge them and eat them." And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "So put those in your transports."
Yeah, good.
So they have those good teaching moments.
Nice.
Which is important for us to learn those mistakes before we get caught out in a live game. And then they have their Discord community, because I'm not done yet.
Wow.
So in their Discord community, they have an area where we do post-game analysis. So you can post up your score sheet. You can talk about what happened, what didn't work well with your army or did work well. Mm-hmm. There's faction-specific chats. So if you're in the Chaos group, like someone over there, and you want more help on your Chaos list, there's a group to bounce that off. Yep. They have a TTS league where they have a moderated league to play in. Nice. It's a really supportive community in there. Everyone's been super open to getting to know me and play games. They have a good moderation team and a code of conduct for the server. So overall, a really good community.
Nice.
And that's not even me getting into any individual coaching sessions yet. Yeah. That's just everything that if you went on there right now and bought a package from them, that's what you would get into, right off the bat. So overall, a lot of stuff behind that and a lot to dig into. That's actually why, I've been doing this for almost 3 weeks now with them, and it took me 3 weeks to kind of dig into everything and really start to get involved in everything and come back to you guys with a coherent.
So to answer some questions in the chat. First things first, Disflux, yes, this segment should be called Da Biggest and the Best.
It is.
2, Crushing Fools, I don't have a picture of Kicker thinking. I'm sure I could find one.
Kicker, he just acts, guys.
There you go. See, he's thinking man pose. There you go. That's awesome. Right. So Seth, I guess the biggest question I have is it worth it? Is it worth the money? Is it worth the time
I think it's definitely worth it, because for me, at least, I have an opinion on how I want to play orcs, and getting some outside opinions. They have a really nice onboarding system where they have a big questionnaire process where they go through, where are you in the game? Where do you want to be? What are your goals, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
What army is you playing? What ability do you have to expand that army or not expand that army? Basically, just kind of make them understand what your expectations are in this process.
Yeah.
So it is a bit tailored to you. For me, it was like, Steven was upfront with me. He's like, a lot of the academy might not be the most valuable thing for you, since you already know how to play 9th edition fairly well, but it's still worth you going through it. And I did go through it, and I have picked up a few little things that I back of my mind remember, but like now I'm more actively, they help me design essentially a not a cheat sheet, but more or less a checklist of how to play each turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to insert into that based off of some of the rules, things like, hey, does this situation come up? Do this instead. So it's been valuable for me to get some outside opinion.
Nice.
It's been valuable to get someone because secondaries are always a thing that I struggle with. I've really enjoyed the picking your secondaries class I do, because not only is Mike saying, yes, this is a good choice, or no, this is a bad choice, he's explaining why.
Yeah.
And a lot of times for me, things like when to pick it behind enemy lines versus green tide with my list is not super obvious. And he explains, okay, based on the army you're playing against and the deployment zones that your opponent has, it's going to be easy for him to screen out, so you shouldn't do that. Right. Versus, no, this is Dawn of War, and it's going to be harder for this list to screen you out, so this is actually probably easier for you to get than it would be for you to get green tide. Awesome. And explaining, that thought process, so that it's not just in case I run up against World Eaters on Dawn of War. It's understanding, okay, Dawn of War is a better deployment for me to do that, and if my opponent is not going to be sitting as a deployment zone based on his army, then I could probably take advantage of that, and I can apply that in other situations. So I very much have gotten value out of it already.
Awesome.
I'm excited for some of the individual coaching feedback. They really want you to play about a dozen games with your list before you start trying to iterate. So I'm 8 games into my list. So post Cherokee, I should be my body of data has been collected, and then we can really start to sit down and parse through what's working, what's not working, what works well with my play style, what doesn't. So it very interesting. I've been enjoying the process.
So there was a question, Kicker. You can answer this one. So since Seth is going to do the VT, are they going to be at BAO this year?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know. I know Box and I have been talking. We're trying to figure out if we can get Atlantic City Open. That one's going to be massive, and I know he wants to get there.
Okay.
I know he had BAO last year, and he wanted to try and make it up. So he might do ACO in Texas this year, as well as LVO again.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to do BAO. And honestly, at this point, BAO is not that far away. I don't think.
Yeah, I was like, that's 2 months from now, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't think that's realistic. I think he wants to try to get across the country a little bit more. Assume,
yeah, because a lot of events are drawing from different regions. Makes sense.
Yeah.
He might do SoCal though. I know he was really interested in coming down to San Diego. So that
he did pretty well. He played in SoCal last year
well.
and did pretty well. Yeah, he got pretty far. I think quarterfinals last year.
So
maybe semis.
Yeah, semis. Because his compatriot was there. Yeah.
That's right. All right. So that being said, kind of going back to I'm trying to get best general in orcs or best in faction in orcs.
The biggest boss.
The biggest and the best general. So orcs at Cherokee. Essentially, I need to try to be getting best in faction at each event to get my points for the season. There's 13 orc players there. There's over 260 players at this event. I feel like if I can go 5-1 or 6-0, which is still that's a really good performance. Either one of those is a really good performance. Really good. That would be a solid score that I most likely would be able to keep towards the end of the season. Just looking at the scores from last year, for instance, like Jack won last year at Cherokee, and that score still counted for him at the end of the ITC season. So that's kind of my benchmark of like what scores will get kept by the end of the season, if that makes sense. So not to say that if I go 4-2 or 3-3, it's a bust. I'm going to learn something if I go 4-2 or 3-3. I'm going to learn these are the matchups I struggle with, and I'll be able to bring that data back to Steven, and we can talk and try to sort through what is the issue. Is this something that I can correct for with list change, or is this something I need to correct for with play style change? And Steven and I are really gung-ho about trying to get these conversations on video for everyone so that we can start sharing them through here. So fingers crossed we can get that worked out. It is a bit of a time zone difference, him being in the UK and us being here in the central time zone, but we will do some recording on that and get that back to you guys. So hopefully that conversation is helpful for everyone, not just, me learning about orcs, but everyone in general just learning about the process of trying to evaluate your performance and improve from there.
I think that's a great idea. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, that's everything on the competitive side of things for this episode. Final thoughts on the evening for everyone.
Final thoughts on the evening. I think it's a great evening.
Cherokee, it's gotten bigger and better than ever before. It's just a few days away. I can't wait to see so many of you. I mean, you're all generally friends. I can't wait to see you guys. And Seth, I know you and I are really excited about the things rolling out for future signals and Frontline gaming content. So a lot on the horizon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And as some of you might know, this is our lovely tech priest's last show with us.
Yeah.
This is your chance to talk to the audience, bud.
Oh, me? I'll be talking to them every Monday. It's all good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still going to be around. You're just going to be over on Grim.
I'll be on Grim. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the
but it's your last time with us.
Yes. I talk to you guys all the time. I'm not going anywhere. I told you guys no sappiness. We're just
Now this is important for chat to know.
Yeah.
This is not actually the real tech priest.
That's correct. Yes.
The real tech priest was unfortunately died in a freak accident in a production setting. So this is a chat AI that we have created to replace the tech priest.
Very advanced. He's a very
it is very advanced.
chat AI.
But in honor of the tech priest, I made a small video. Do you want to roll that now, or do you want to roll it after we say goodbye?
No, we can roll it
AI
now.
tech
We
priest.
can roll it now and then say goodbye to people. Yeah.
All right, let's
I'm gonna hit it. So if I was alive, I would say thank you so much, especially for 39 seconds of a video.
Hey man, that's what I can afford on a budget, man.
39 seconds.
I had to get some music, and that was what I could afford, bud.
Yeah.
You're just lucky that I didn't have time for my real plan. We talked about it, but my real plan was going to be was going to be a very personal rendition of a song for you by myself, but I didn't have time to get that recording.
We could say it. You could say what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to sing a cover of "In the Arms of an Angel," but in the arms of a cherub.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get it together in time.
Get
so that's
Steve
what
Joel on the line that fast.
Yeah, no. Steve Joel, hit me up, buddy, because I have an idea for a cover for you. So but we've really enjoyed working with you, Tech Priest, and we're excited to see what you guys do over on Grim. We will miss working with you.
Yeah, come see us Mondays. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sure you guys are gonna hit me up to do videos or something. So yeah.
I mean, I certainly will be bending your ear frequently on production questions.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a good one. So if there is anyone out there that has some kind of OBS knowledge, hit Seth up or Kicker for a little production help and help with the show. It's a super awesome opportunity, especially if you're looking to get into something like this. So yeah, I think that'd be a blast.
But that's it for this episode of Signals. Final words, everyone, before I send it to bed.
Cherokee Tweet. Sorry, I'm so excited. This is my favorite event of the year. I'm just so excited.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Signals from the Frontline. Have a great week, and we will see you at the Cherokee Open.
Bye-bye.